Welcome all of you to this session of nanoscience and biotechnology, and welcome all of you to more class. In this session we are going to study about nanoscience and biotechnology. We will cover 4 modules. Okay, in first module we will cover nanomaterials and the properties of nanomaterials. Then we will cover the devices which are used for study of the microstructures. Next we will study about the synthesis techniques for nanomaterials. So this is your first class. In this class we will cover the era of nanotechnology, how nanotechnology is playing important role for the society as well as for different area of applications, okay, and solving the problems in the society. Let us discuss about nanoscience. So nanoscience is the study of material on a very small scale. Small scale material size may range from 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Okay, we will study the unique characteristics of the material when we are analyzing the material properties in nanoscale. Nanotechnology is nothing but the technology which involves the design and characterization and optimization of the product manufacturing or production and its application of structures, devices, systems by controlling the shape and size in the nanoscale range. Nanotechnology is nothing but the technology which involves the manufacturing or production of the product in nanoscale range. What is nanomaterial? Before discussing nanomaterial, let's have a look how the material that is found in nature and the material we are artificially making. In this scale, we have taken the range from 0.1 nanometer to here, that is our human hair. The size of human hair is varying from 50 micrometer to 1 mm, 100 micrometer. If we will convert this micrometer into nanometer, so it will come around 50,000 nanometer to 1 lakh nanometer. We will discuss about the conversion of this unit in the next video. So here from left side, if you will move, this is your crystal lattice. The crystal lattice is coming around in the range of 0.1 nanometer to 0.1 nanometer to 1 nanometer. DNA is coming around 1 nanometer to 10 nanometer range. Small molecules, these are the small molecules, okay, they are coming also within 1 nanometer range. They are here, this is your protein molecules, okay, that is also coming within 10 nanometer. And this is your ribosomes, viruses, they are also coming under. Chromosome is coming in the range of 10 micrometer, but this DNA is coming in the range of 100 nanometer. And gene is coming under 100 nanometer to 1 micrometer range. Bottom portion, these are your artificially made material. These are your quantum dots, carbon nanotubes, transistors. They are also coming in the range of 100 nanometer. That's why we are interested in nanotech. This is your bacteria. Okay, these are your animal cells. Okay. So now we'll go to nanomaterial. So nanomaterial, as there are number of materials found in the range of 0.1 nanometer to 1 mm, but when we are analyzing the material, we are getting or we have found that the material coming in the range of 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer, that possesses a unique characteristics. Okay, so that's why we are taking the range of 1 meter to 100 nanometer as a range to define the nanomaterial. Okay, so there is no such restriction that why we are not only taking 1 nanometer as a, to define the nanomaterial, we are taking 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer as a range to include this nanomaterial. So if someone is asking what is nanomaterial, so we can define it as nanomaterial is that material whose size is coming in the range of 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Okay, and it possesses a very unique characteristics like your optical, magnetic, electrical, mechanical, okay, and other properties. We are frequently using this nano as a prefix to define the size of the matters. Slide we have already discussed. Okay, first in your automotive industry, this is your automotive industry. Second one is your chemical industry. Third one is your engineering applications. Fourth one is your electronics, that may be consumer electronics or may be industrial application electronics products. Okay, fifth one is your construction, and sixth one is your in medical science or in medicine. Okay, and textile sector also we can use nanomaterials or we can use nanotechnology to improve the product reliability. Okay, and next one is your energy sectors like your petrochemicals, solars, energy sectors. Okay, and energy storing devices like your battery and capacitors. There also we are using nanotechnology to improve the efficiency as well as effectiveness of the product. Next is your cosmetics. In cosmetics you are using different types of cream like your sunscreen, lotions, toothpaste, lipsticks. These are you are using in your day-to-day life. Next is your food and drinks. Food and drinks need to be preserved for a long time from bacteria. Okay, or you have to reduce the bacterial activity to store the food items for a longer period. Also you have to provide a very high quality packaging material, transportation of food items. Nanomaterial technology can play important role. Next is your household. In household, nanotechnology can help to remove the odors, also to clean the glass, ceramic. We can provide ceramic coating for irons to prevent rusting or prevent oxidation. And in case of your sports and other applications, we can make all the components that is used for sports, that is your tennis racket. It will have very high strength if you will use or nanomaterials to manufacture the sports equipments. Here tennis rackets, tennis ball. Okay, coating for board, anti-fouling coating for boards. Okay, anti-fogging coat for your goggles or glasses. In this nanotechnology, this nano term is brought from the word, Greek word, that is your dwarf. Okay, dwarf means small. So here we are taking the nanotechnology material that is your in the range of 1 to 100 nanometer, because from 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer we can have number of nanomaterials which is helpful for our nanotechnology products which will be useful for the society. Okay. So nanometer is nothing but that is your 1 nanometer is nothing but 1 meter by 10 to the power 9, 1 by 10 to the power 9 of a meter. Okay, if we will take the human hair has a diameter of 50 micrometer to 100 micrometer, 50 micrometer to 100 micrometer, and we will do the conversion into nanometer in another class or in another video. Okay, so it will be around 50,000 nanometer to 1 lakh nanometer. Okay, your red blood cell. Okay, your red blood cell that is of 10 micrometer or 10,000 nanometer. Okay, we can see that nanoscience and nanotechnology is a combination of or the outcome of the different technologies or different disciplines which are collaboratively providing effort to make different technologies. Now if you will classify this nanotechnology application, so this is your nanotechnology. Okay, broadly if you are classifying, one will be your nanobiomaterial, this part will be covered. The another major area is your sensor. From nanomaterial we are making sensor. Okay, this part is also very important. Third part is your electronics and consumer products that is used. So in electronics there are nanomaterial is playing major role, or nanotechnology is also playing major role. The fourth part, material science area, nanomaterial, and the last one is your metrology. If you will check this material section, material is used for every sectors or for every industry that is making the products. Okay, in aerospace and defense systems, okay, we need lightweight aircrafts, weapon systems. Okay, so here nanomaterial have a very important role. In energy sectors like your petrochemicals and solar energy sectors, also bioenergy sectors, we can have a very high efficient systems okay, to that of the conventional systems. Catalyst means in nanotechnology, due to very small size nanomaterials, it provides very high surface area. So the nanomaterials can act as an catalyst, okay, to accelerate the reaction. Next is your automotive sectors. Okay, in automotive sector, this nanotechnology can play major role. Okay, to reduce the pollution, reduce the fuel consumption, to increase the efficiency. In construction, we can make large structures. Okay, and make economical housing or bridges or different structures. Okay, that is required. Next is your in printing industry. Okay, in printing industry also we can print very high quality printing materials. In cosmetics, beauty products, nanomaterial is playing major role. In day to day life, everyone is using some products related to cosmetics. Okay, so how nanomaterial is, or how nanotechnology is having a major role in this area, so we will also discuss. Biotechnology, nanobiomaterial, okay, how it is helping for the society. Let us check. This is our drug delivery. Suppose one person is infected at a body part or one of our body parts, so by using nanoparticles we can locate or we can identify the area where there is infection, okay, provide the medicine to that particular location only, okay, with the help of nanoparticles we can deliver the antibodies to that particular location. As a result, what will happen? Only that part of the body will consume the drug or medicine, okay, and there will be very less consumption of medicine. We need not require large amount, or regularly we need not require to consume the medicines, okay. As a result, there will be less side effects, okay, when someone is suffering from very critical diseases, okay, they are having side effects, so side effects will be reduced as medicine amount is reduced, so the person can recover quickly as comparison to the conventional way of taking medicine. Tissue engineering, nanotechnology has a major role, okay, for agricultural applications, okay. Next is your diagnostic. We can use nanotechnology for rapid testing of blood samples, okay, to detect the diseases quickly. Next is your, we can study the pattern that is happening in nature, and from that pattern we can make the product for our society, okay. So that will be covered in this mimicry. Next is your drug discovery. When we can detect the disease location and its how the disease area is behaving to our nanoparticles, okay. So we can discover the drugs by checking the stimuli, okay, from the nanoparticles that is delivered to the diseases area. Also in electronics, nanotechnology is playing major role, okay. This electronics we can have quantum computing. This is your quantum computing, and also processors, displays, photovoltaic cells that is used in your solar energy productions, photonics, okay, that is also a major area where we need to discuss briefly, okay. Also in memory, that you are using your mobile phone or USB or in your hard drive, nanotechnology also playing major role. We will discuss in the upcoming classes, okay. Today only we will just cover what are the area we are going to cover in this subject, okay. In metrology also we can inspect the surface roughness or smoothness, okay. Also quality control can be studied, okay. In sensors are used in your securities also, also to check the environmental conditions, okay, to check the different parameters in your environment or in your planetary service, like in your radars or satellites, okay, sensors are there. Also sensors are used in your consumer goods, okay. In your mobile, sensors are also there, okay. Fingerprint sensor you are using, also you are using proximity sensors. Nanoscience is the study of, here it is asking, nanoscience is the study of dash, so you have to fill up the blanks. Okay, it is the phenomenon on the scale of 1 to 100 nanometer, phenomenon on the scale of single atom, phenomenon on the scale of electron. Generally we are interested in the nanomaterial, okay, to have a better property of the material for our requirement to solve the society. Okay, when we are analyzing the material in the range of 1 to 100 nanometer, we are getting very unique property of the nanomaterial. That's why we are interested in. So our correct answer will be phenomenon on the scale of 1 to 100 nanometer. Okay. Next one is which of the following examples are in the nanometer scale? To cover this question, so I have already shown you one figure. Let me go to that figure. Okay. So here animal cells are there. So animal cells are coming in the range of 1 micrometer to 10 micrometer. Human hair, okay, that is coming in the range of 100 micrometer, that is 1 lakh nanometer. Okay, and this is your virus size is coming under 100 nanometer. Next is your DNA, that is also coming under 100 nanometer, 1 nanometer to 10 nanometer. Okay, this is your carbon nanotube. Virus is your virus size is coming under 100 nanometer, and atom is also less than 1 nanometer. Atom size is less than 1 nanometer. Carbon nanotube, that is also that can come under nanometer scale. Okay, DNA molecule that can also come under nanometer scale. Next question is using nanotechnology, can we make new structures that nature does not have? Yes, we can make the new structures that nature does not have, because nanotechnology involves the synthesis of nanomaterials to make the different products, okay, that will be useful for our use. Okay, so we can make any shape or size, or we can arrange the nano particles or materials, okay, in different orientations to have a new characteristics, okay, that may not be readily available in the nature. Okay, in question number 4, at the nanoscale a material can have different properties compared to its bulk form. If we will take the example of gold in bulk condition, okay, if you are taking a bulk gold in bulk condition, whatever color you are observing, that is yellow in general case, but when you take this nanomaterial in the powder form, very in the nanometer range, okay, so what will happen? If you are taking this gold as nano particles, so it will possess different color according to the nanoparticle dimension. When we are taking nano gold particles, so according to the dimension of nanoparticle or diameter of the nanoparticles, the color of the gold particle will vary. Okay, so that's why nanoscale material possesses different property to that of bulk form. Take another example. Another example is your carbon. Carbon is generally non-conductor of electricity. Okay, but when we are taking the allotrope of carbon, that is your graphene. Graphene is a very good conductor. Graphene is a nanomaterial, but this carbon is present in the bulk form. But when we are using this carbon in bulk form, it cannot conduct electricity or heat. But you can use this graphene to conduct heat as well as electricity. It has very high conductivity. Okay, a ring of gold is yellow. It is asking to justify the statement. A ring of gold that is yellow. The gold you are using in your day-to-day life, okay, generally appears to be yellow. Okay, but this yellow color is due to presence of copper and zinc. So due to presence of copper and zinc, the ring that you are wearing, that appears to yellow. But it will depend on the size of the gold, because if you will take gold ring in the range of nanometer, the color can vary. We will discuss it in your nanoparticle section in the upcoming classes. But in bulk form, you can tell, in bulk form a ring of gold can appear to yellow. So in question number 6, nanomaterials are not only human made materials. Can you remember some example of non-intentionally made nanomaterials? That means a nanomaterial that you can find in nature. Okay, there are number of options are there, so we need to find out. So here one option will be your carbon nanotube, viruses, and your protein molecules. Okay, next one will be your nanoparticles produced during volcanic erosion. Materials we currently use have some limitation. They can easily break. Using nanotechnology, we can create more flexible materials. So yes, we can increase the strength, okay, in the material, okay, by using or by arranging the nanomaterials in different orientations. Okay, so the answer will be A. Yes. Nanoparticles are being now used in some commercial products. Nowadays, there are number of products are available in the market that contains nano materials. So nanoparticle is present in your sunscreen lotions or creams, okay, that is used to prevent the UV ray present in the sunshine. Okay, so our answer will be yes. Okay, nanoparticles are present in paints. Okay, also nanoparticles are there to provide a coating on different products like your tools or machines. In question number 9, nanomaterials are very promising in many applications, and toxicology studies are now underway to very promising in many applications, and toxicology study are now underway to assess their safety. Second option is have some property that normal material don't require toxicology study, totally new material with unique properties, so we cannot test their safety. Nanomaterial is not a new material, it has been studied for a longer period. Okay, so we can test their safety. Nanomaterial, as it is studied in the very small scale range and it is also synthesized in very small size range, so it will have some toxicity, okay, which is harmful to our environment as well as to our exposure to it. Okay, those people are working in nanotechnology, if they will be barely open to the nanomaterials, so they will face some difficulties or health problems. So we have to provide some standard so that their exposure will minimize their health problems. Okay, so this first option will be our answer because it is nanomaterials have very unique characteristics, so it is very promising in many applications, okay, that we have discussed before. Okay, toxicology studies should be there, okay, and there should be discussion, debates, okay, and public awareness so that the toxicity of the nanomaterials that should be controlled, okay, according to the standard safety. The last question, there are some questions regarding the ethical and social implication of nanotechnology. The option A is given, technology development should be influenced by ethical and social questions. So technology development should take into consideration social and ethical questions. So technology development should take into consideration whenever you are developing the technology, okay, we should take the consideration of society as well as ethics of the people who are working and the surrounding or the people for whom you are making the product. Thank you all of you. If you have any questions, so you can write in the comment so that we can solve the problem.